What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we're racing towards the conclusion of Mobile Suit Gundam 0083 Stardust Memories. This final arc is entitled Stardust Memories as we see the final phase of Operation Stardust. Last time, the GPO-1 and GPO-2 were destroyed. Ko was in critical condition, and Kelly was the only one who could provide him with blood. Both Nina and the Albion crew are now heading towards Levan Rose. This time we will see the Dendrobium and Stamen in action. Kelly will hijack the Dendrobium, and the rogue colony makes its way towards the moon. So let's get into this. Chima returns to her fleet with Clara stuck on her like glue. She let her join the fleet, but she is still ignoring her. How the operation ends depends on how the Federation responds to the colony jacking. Lieutenant Oliver May informs Gato of Levan Rose, as Monique learned from Nina. They can finish the mobile armor at the docking ship. They head to Levan Rose to meet with Karina Haskell. She says Anaheim Electronics doesn't openly do business with Zeon. They have no problem doing backdoor dealings, however. Monique says that they represent Axis, which is currently neutral with the Federation. Karina decides to treat this as a humanitarian act. She feels bad for Nina and says the two are both sad individuals. I think the whole thing behind Karina and Nina is that it seems Karina put her whole life into working for Anaheim Electronics and is very unhappy. She sees that Nina is heading down the same path. However, Nina says that after dealing with O'Sullivan's shady dealings, she has no intentions of returning to Anaheim Electronics. Karina is intrigued by her change. Lucette catches Paula up on what is going on. She informs her that they are kind of in deep. The two Gundams are destroyed, and they are about to assist a terrorist organization. She also lets Paula know that both the Albion and the Delaz fleet are making their way to Levan Rose. Who knows what is about to go down? The doctor gave Ko permission to return to duty, even though Keith thinks that he should still be in bed. Monsha comes over and grabs Ko, demanding to know how he knows who Kelly Leisner is. He tells him that he is the one who gave him a blood transfusion. Like an idiot, he tells Monsha that he helped build the red mobile armor while on Von Braun. Monsha punches the ensign and says that he should have died instead of burning. He says he will be the one to pilot Unit 3. Karina tells Nina about the destruction of Unit 1 and 2. She wonders if Ko survived. She says that he did and they are on their way to Levan Rose, but Nina probably shouldn't see him. Ko visits Lieutenant Burning's box. As the Albion approaches Levan Rose, suddenly some Salamis-class ships approaches as well. They tell the Albion to change their course. This is Nakaha Nakato of the 401st Security Company. From this point on, Admiral Cohen is no longer in charge of the Gundam development project. He doesn't want the Albion to dock and will keep them on standby. Nakato is doing an on-the-spot investigation where they will hand over Unit 3. Tanya contacts her higher-ups as she doesn't know what's going on either. She left the moon on her own to investigate Levan Rose. This should be her job. Lucette looks out at the Stamen. The RX-78GP03 Gundam Stamen is the core unit that can be attached to the Dendrobium. It was designed to have a core block system, but this version opted out of having it because of the unique 360-degree panoramic cockpit. Since the core fighter couldn't be designed with the panoramic cockpit, it has two interchangeable core fighters. Instead of Vulcans, it has a fire control system for the Dendrobium. Weapons include a beam saber, beam rifle, a folding bazooka, a hyper bazooka, and a folding shield. Nakato is taking control of the Gundam development project and asks Tanya to give his team any intel she previously investigated. Tanya tells him to go through the proper channels, but he informs her that this is a Level A incident approved by Alice Miller. Tanya recognizes that the Federation and the Intelligence Bureau is moving quickly to bury this project and control the truth. The Albion tries to hail them, but Nikata tells them to remain on standby, but get ready to transfer the Zeon prisoners to them. Synapse agrees to hand over the prisoners, but remains adamant about GPO-3. Ko talks to Kelly in the brig. He tells Kelly that he will stop Gato no matter what. He wonders what Ko is fighting for. Ko is a test pilot. Becoming the best meant being the best pilot and having an understanding of mobile suits. But in war, being the best is killing the most people? He doesn't know and is having a crisis of faith. Kelly didn't know of the colony drop and wouldn't have helped Gato if he knew. Nakato's men come to take Kelly and the other Zeon prisoners. As he is escorted away, he tells Ko that he just wanted to protect La Terra. Lucette shows the additional equipment for GPO-3, including Dendrobium orchis. The RX-78GP03 Gundam Dendrobium orchis is the other part of the mobile suit and sought to combine the versatility of the mobile suit with a heavy firepower of a mobile armor. Essentially, it takes Unit 1 and Unit 2 and makes them one unit, all the firepower with all of the maneuverability. The orchis probably comes from the naming convention of GP00, Blossom. Weapons include a mega beam cannon, a claw arm, a large beam saber, missile pods, a folding bazooka, and a shield. Like the new Zeon, the Dendrobium has an eye field. Everyone wasn't expecting something so huge. They transfer Unit 3 and the prisoners on the shuttle. That is when one of Nakoto's Salamis-class ships is hit. The prisoners on the shuttle get riled up. Kelly kicks the guard. They take his gun and kill the pilots. The prisoners will use this opportunity to escape, but Kelly heads back to the Albion. Meanwhile, the new Zeon is ready and Gato gets into the mobile armor. Nakato sends out gems to intercept. There are no mobile suits for Ko, so he heads out in the core fighter. Lucette runs into Kelly, thinking that he is the Gundam pilot, and they get into the orchis when Ko hails the ship and notices Kelly and Lucette. They need to get the Stamen over to Ko. That is when Monsha comes in with his gem and says, "Nah, this one's mine." He gets out of the gem and hops into the Stamen. That is when Gato comes onto the battlefield. They gaze at the new Zeon as it takes out a Salamis with ease. "Get back into your cockpit," Lucette tells Monsha to dock with the Dendrobium. He assumed this would be like Unit 1. Ko's core fighter is shot and destroyed. What did I just say? He uses his grappling hook and latches onto Unit 3. Monsha tells Lucette that he doesn't know how to pilot this. She says, "Don't worry, the transformation process will spit out the core fighter." Bye, Monsha! Expecting to pilot Unit 1. Lucette tricked him into using the core fighter. Does the Stamen have 2 core fighters just to make this joke? I really hope it has 2 core fighters just to make this joke. After the transformation is complete, Ko gets into the cockpit of Unit 3. Monsha flies back to his gym, which is just parked out in space still. Monique is trying to collect as much data as possible on the new Zeon. Precious data. EFF fires anti-air defenses, but the new Zeon activates its eye field. Nina gets back to Levan Rose and gets into a pilot suit. She tells Paula she knows exactly what she is doing and says goodbye. Nakato sends his other Salamis around the back of Levan Rose, using the civilian ship as a shield. Gato finds them to be spineless cowards. He withdraws, but is met with Unit 3 and the Albion. The new Zeon fires a beam blast towards Unit 3, but Kelly and Lucette activates its eye field. Kelly realizes that Gato is in the mobile armor and hails him. He asks if he knew of the colony drop when he asked for his help. Gato realizes Kelly is helping Ko. He says that if dropping a colony is for the greater good for Zeon, then he must stop him. "Yeah, but you're kind of in the passenger seat right now, calm down." Meanwhile, Nina takes a tiny worker shuttle out to an active battle. Yeah, that seems like a sane decision. Nina jumps in between the battle and says, "Take me with you, Gato." But he's doing this for a cause. She knew he would say that. Her being here shows she is committed. If he doesn't think so, then he will have to kill her, because if he doesn't, she will run to Ko and he will kill you. You know, Ko, the second place in my life. Everyone loves being a backup. Meanwhile, Kelly is mad that Gato turned off his comms, not realizing he switched channels to talk to Nina. Lucette tells him to calm down, but he pulls out a gun instead and takes Lucette prisoner. Nikato tells Synapse to hand over Unit 3, but since they can't prove Cohen changed the orders, they will take Unit 3 and the security force can come and get it later once it's confirmed. Ko patches Kelly into the Albion. He wants to use the Dendrobium to take down the colony, but he needs more fuel to make it to the moon. They have a common enemy. Lucette says that the Dendrobium is capable of changing the colony's course. Synapse needs a moment to consider the options. Kelly apologizes to Lucette. She says it's going to be hard to convince the Federation to bring on a one-armed soldier. "Girl, you're a prisoner. Don't antagonize him." Nina boards the Albion and pretends she never left. Moira wonders what she is doing here, but she's like, "Don't worry about it. Shh, 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 shh." Ko says that he trusts Kelly and is about to tell Synapse that he can gain full control of Dendrobium directly from the Stamen. But that is when Nina barges into the bridge and tells Synapse that Ko can gain full control over Dendrobium. "You stole Ko's thunder, Nina." No worries, because Synapse promotes Ko from ensign to lieutenant on the spot. He tells Ko that he is the same rank as Burning and to consider the responsibility that bears. Kelly releases Lucette and Nina tells him to come back alive because La Terra is preggers. Ko and Kelly launch towards the moon, hitting them G's. Better have a barf bag ready. Karius checks on Gato and he is visually upset. He has never seen him like that before. The colony is on its way to the moon. Chima tells the mayor that he must make a decision. This message is being broadcast on an open line to all Moon citizens. Unit 3 approaches Chima from the rear. 2 Musais in the rear fleet break off to deal with them. He makes sure that Kelly wants to fight against his own men, but he says he has something else to fight for now. The two engage with Chima's fleet. And that will do it for this episode. Now that Kelly knows that he is a baby daddy, he has something new to fight for. Nakato is such a perfect villain. He is really bringing A+ dickhead energy. Next time, the team will try to stop the colony, but will soon learn it had a different target the whole time. Gemitov Hyman begins plotting against Cohen, and we will see the Atomic Heavy Armor Gem Custom and some Zudas in action. But that will do it for now, new types. Let me know in the comments where you think Nina got this custom-made pink normal suit. That can't be Anaheim Electronics standard colors, right? Peace.